Thanks for joining us on Around the Home. Nathan Cox here. We've got my entire line of Ego here, and we're going to do a full Ego yard cleanup. All right, I've got Joe Dawes here with me and his son Joey. I've got all my equipment for them to test out. So this time, I don't have to do the work. I get to watch them do the work. But the whole point of this is there's so much new equipment that's hitting the market right now for your yard, all this new power equipment. And I'm talking cordless power equipment. This is all electric, cordless. This is all battery powers, okay? There's no gas. We're not running any extension cords. All batteries. And by the end of today, I think we will have proof that this is not only the most user-friendly kind of setup that you can get, but it has just some of the power as gas. So it's great for the homeowner. We're going to give Joey the lawnmower, send him to the backyard. He's the one normally mowing the yard here, so he'll know what to compare it to because they have their own cordless electric lawnmower. So we'll get a little bit of, his feelings of what he thinks of this one here in comparison. You guys have the Cobalt model, right?
Right.
Okay.
And we like it, right?
Yeah. And it's not a bad mower. I'm not here to say that it's a bad mower, but I like to think that this one's just a little bit better. But we'll see what Joey thinks at the end of this demonstration, if he likes it better, if it doesn't really make a difference to him or what. But we're going to send him off, since he's the one used to doing it, and let him play with that. And then I'm going to start off with Joe up here with a lot of this other equipment, probably some of the string trimmers. I'm going to show him how easy it is to load these guys. So let's break up and do our thing. Does yours have headlights? Because this one has headlights.
Headlights?
Cool.
No, we don't have headlights.
Yeah, you really ought to. Because you can mow at night. And it's actually quiet. Well, you guys know it's quiet enough to do that.
Yeah.
Because yours is electric. Yeah. These
I
are
had a
powerful
conversation on the phone.
These are
while
big
I'm mowing the
LEDs,
grass.
and they're actually powerful enough. And I've got video showing it. Because I've actually mown mine probably 3 times at night, and I don't even miss anything.
Wow. Okay.
So sometimes when it's like really hot outside and you gotta get it done. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna take one of the big batteries. So just slide it in and give it a snap. Okay.
We don't cut that low in the back, so you can go pretty high.
Does yours?
That's it?
Does yours extend like that?
Yeah, we do, but I don't think it's that easy.
All right, so let me show a couple features on this mower before we get started. All right, so we got our deck adjustment right here, and it's just a single lever. Now, Joey, you go ahead. You're just a kid. So a lot of people say they have troubles trying to adjust the deck, so you're just gonna, it's spring loaded. So you're just gonna push it out like this, and there's a spring in there that kind of helps assist. So go ahead and set it to wherever you want. Now, bring it all the way back up to 6. So that's not too hard, right? Adjust pretty quick.
Why don't you move it down one lever, buddy?
So here, actually, let's go back to 6.
You want to go to the very top?
Let's go all the way back up to 6, and I'll show you one more feature of it.
All the way up.
Now, when you park your mower, it parks in like a standard push mower, doesn't it? Just like this, fully open.
Yeah.
All right, sometimes that last one, you just gotta put your hand back here to support it. All right, so this one here has a nice feature. If you slap the handles down, pull this forward, I store mine like that in the corner.
Wow.
It's also really easy to clean it that way.
Ours takes up too much room in the garage, so that's perfect. I love that.
If you see my garage, it's packed to the gills. So I got this stuck behind my toolbox.
Man, that's really nice.
All right, let's drop you down a 3. You gotta extend the handles all the way before it'll start. And you like it down a little bit more. There you go. Have fun.
Okay, want to bring it around the back?
Sure.
Yeah, I had a conversation last year with my brother one day. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I hear something in the background." I said, "I'm mowing the grass." He said, "How are you mowing the grass and talking to me on the phone?" I said, "I got an electric mower."
Yeah.
So I got to get one of those. Those are great.
Oh, it is. My neighbor, well, he just stopped, but he was a second shifter forever. Paramedic.
When can you go out, right?
Right, and he's like, he come out one day, he goes, "Man, that mower is second shift approved." He goes, "I didn't waste,
That's a great point.
He came out and saw me mowing. He goes, "I didn't know you were mowing, man. That normally wakes me up when people start mowing." So.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm back in the front yard with Joe, and I'm going to help him load both these string trimmers here. Both of them are empty. I emptied it out before we got here. That's like the #1 biggest thing that people hate about string trimmers, other than they can't get them started, is now you got to load them.
Yeah.
Okay, So either one, they want about 16 feet in the head, a maximum. So we'll just pull some out. And then we'll do it again. And this is a .095 line, so it is the thicker line. I know some people are concerned that the electric string trimmers, you know, they have to have the .080.
The smaller line,
yeah,
right.
Smaller line.
Right.
So this is the bigger 9.5.
With this, I got this.
All right, you got that one? All right. All right, let's start with their standard string trimmer, okay? It's called a rapid reload head. All right. So just gonna, first you gotta line these up, okay? So there's these notches here and here.
Sure.
Okay. You're gonna line them up, okay? And there's a little hole right there, so just feed one in through the hole.
And then
it
you
should
start
come
turning?
out. Oh. Now there's a shaft in the middle, so it kind of has to go around the shaft before it comes back out.
Okay.
That's why this end has to be straight. If it's all bent to the side,
gotcha.
It's gonna get jammed up. And that's, I've had people like leave me comments and stuff like that, and I found out that that's a problem. If this ends janky, it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
So grab that
halfway
and make
through?
them the same. Yeah, halfway through. Okay, now come back over here and just start rotating that counterclockwise. Oh, you gotta hold
the bottom part?
Hold the bottom part, yeah, just hold it top.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Keep going. If you like that, you're gonna like
already, no, listen, I'm already ready to buy one.
Well, then you haven't seen the next one yet.
Unreal.
All right.
It takes me, well, you know what the other ones have to do. I don't have to tell you. It takes me 10 minutes just to get
my neighbor
the
comes to me
line on the other
constantly.
ones.
You know, he's 14. You know, goes to school with my kids. He goes, Nathan, I can't get this thing loaded. It's jammed.
It's a pain. Okay.
And that's it.
Not that far, right?
Yeah, it'll cut off the ends.
Cut, yeah.
All right,
wow.
So this one here is their newer one. Well, actually, they're both current models. This is their newest one.
Light too.
Carbon fiber pole.
Yeah, it's super
It doesn't
light.
just look like carbon fiber. It's actually carbon fiber. And the head, they've actually upgraded the head again. So go ahead, hold. Well, I'll hold this for you. This time you don't have to line it up. Just stick it in. And this one here has the same thing. The end of the line has to be straight or it's not going to pop out.
Jeez. Wow, and this is electric and...
All right, now Joe, you're going to like this part. All right.
It just automatically...
Kind of holds the line on her. Now this hand here, push this button right here.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Okay, what was that? Like not even 10 seconds?
Well, it's got a little, okay, let's get, I'll balance it out. It's got some weight on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still got, the motor is a powerful motor, so it's got some weight there. And it's kind of, until you snap the battery in, it's a little off balance, but there you go.
Unreal. All right, you know, this is, I'm just checking this stuff out, but we'll see how it works. But I mean, that alone is worth changing out for me. That's a big deal.
They're amazing. So I mentioned
that's a big deal.
They went ahead, rather than just stick an electric motor on existing equipment, they rethought things.
They thought about everything, yeah. Unreal. All right, you want to try it?
Go for it.
Okay, you hold the top and then the bottom.
Yeah, so the top's the safety, so and just hold the trigger.
Yeah.
And it is a variable speed trigger, so it's not just on and off.
Yep, wow. Huh, wow. Wow, this is really, it's got more power than I thought it would. So I'm surprised. It's got more power than I thought it would. So does this automatically string out?
No, it's still bump head.
Okay. So my bump head doesn't work.
Okay.
Just
well, do you have anything that's really thick to go into?
Yeah, this has a ton of power.
Yeah. That's surprising, isn't it?
It is a lot.
All right, now you already found the trigger, Joey. It's right there. Now, what do you think this is right here?
Power, like the speed?
Yeah, so let's start really small and go ahead and pull the trigger. Now slowly go ahead and lift that up. Now see that fancy button on top? It says turbo. Hold on to that.
Is it lighter? About the same, isn't it?
Doesn't ours have an extension cord?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
I noticed that.
Yes, ours has an extension cord. Whoa! Wow! Oh my gosh. Turbo makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know, that's got more power than our electric. That turbo is pretty amazing. You could probably put this behind you like this, stand on a scooter, and it would push you down the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
You look hot, Joey. Now you asked about batteries and stuff like that. Now on the weed eater, I can do my whole yard, back fence line, back porch, deck, front everything, and my neighbor's front yard before it dies. Okay, so there's no trouble there.
Right.
This guy is a power hog.
Yeah.
So with the smaller battery, the 2.5 amp battery, which normally is what comes with this and the weed eater, on turbo you got about 10 minutes.
I figured
Okay.
it would suck it out.
Yeah, it sucks it out hard. Now, I can like blow off everything though. Like my back porch and sidewalks and driveways and my neighbor's front driveway. Not around his backside of his house and stuff like that.
Right.
Before it dies. Because 10 minutes gives you more time on the blower because it blows so fast.
Oh yeah, I mean I walked out, this driveway
Yeah.
was done in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, because people ask me that and I'm reluctant to say 10 minutes because they're like, oh, I need more time than that. And I'm like, are you sure you need more time than
Right.
that?
Yeah, that was,
So-
listen, we had a bunch of junk on here, like some of that bark and dirt built up.
Now your batteries, on your Cobalt, now do you know what amp hour that one is?
I don't, I can find out though. 5,
5, okay.
right, 5 amp.
Yep. Okay,
And
so
that's-
that
what
battery
is this
here,
one?
let's take a look at the two of them. This is a 5 amp here. Okay. Now this one's here a lot bigger, and the reason why
feel
it's
it.
bigger
Oh, it's heavier too.
is because the power cells are in an arc. There's actually 3 sets of rows for them to separate them so they're not bricked together generating heat. That's why they got all these vents through here, and then all these vents right here in the middle. The charger actually has a fan on it, blows straight through the battery.
Yeah.
Okay, so this battery here, I got it, pretty warm one day because I was blowing like crazy. You know, have you ever put that battery on and it won't charge because it was too hot outside?
No, that hasn't happened to us yet.
Okay. Now, if you're working it real hard and the battery's hot, and you put it on there, it's gonna like delay the charge. And yanking it as fast as I could out of that blower, only one time, but it took only 5 minutes before it started charging because that fan kicks in, starts cooling off that battery, and as soon as the temperature comes down, it starts charging. I know I've talked to some people that have electric yard equipment, and they say it just has to sit on there sometimes a half hour before it'll start charging because it's so hot.
Wow. We have had some, it just takes this thing a long time to charge.
Yeah.
That's the only
50
issue.
minutes.
How many?
50.
50? Yeah, that may be comparable. I
Yeah.
don't know. We've never really timed it.
Yeah, the smaller ones are about 35 minutes, and this is about 50.
Okay, that's
So-
comparable. Yeah, listen, I get it though. To keep the batteries cool, you got to do that. I'm gonna put this back on.
All right, now Joey, you guys have the Cobalt mower. You guys got that last season, so you've had some time to mow with it, so you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Now that costs as much as this one here.
Okay.
And you know it right off the bat, the Cobalt for the same price gave it self-propelled. So you push a lever and it pulls itself. This doesn't have that. Okay? But what do you think? Good things about this one compared to the other one and things that you didn't like? What do you say?
Good things about this one is, I think being a slightly bigger lawnmower and having a bigger battery, it's a lot more powerful, and it has the headlights too, which can help you use it at night or when it gets dark. But then I don't really like that it does not have the self-propelled thing. But other than that, I think it's a pretty solid lawnmower.
Okay.
It's easy to use.
That's honest.
Yeah.
Now they do have a self-propelled model. It just costs, another $100. So you get that. So it's basically the same mower, but you're going to get that. Plus, instead of a 5-amp battery, you get a 7.5-amp battery.
This is a bigger battery?
It's a bigger battery yet for the
Oh.
self-propelled one.
Didn't-
So it goes to
okay.
7.5 amps. So part of the $100 cost is into that battery. And just like we've seen these other things, if you're not using the mower, you can snap that big 7.5 amp battery into the blower, and even you got a lot of leaves here. You could just go forever with that blower. With that big battery. So that's the advantage of having those big batteries, because you can snap it off the mower and snap it on anything else.
But I'll tell you what, because I do all these bushes, and when you have a cord you're yanking around with you,
Oh, I've done that with the cord before.
it gets in the way, it gets stuck in the bush.
I've chopped one up before.
Yeah, I've almost done that. Okay, so you can see I've done a little bit on this, and it's uneven, so I'm going to try to even it out and see how this works. Thought is, a hedge trimmer is kind of a hedge trimmer. They are kind of the same basic machines. This one seems to have more power than mine. It may be sharper, it may be part of that, but just the fact that you don't have a cord to do is amazing. And I like that delay feature that you can wait a second on it. It's nice, it's good, So all things being equal, which they don't seem to be, this seems to have more power than my other one. I like it more because it doesn't have a cord. So, another win.
Okay, now this one here has got rubber pads on the bottom. It's designed so you can just stick it. So go over there on the driveway. I'll bring over.
That's the intention, okay.
Yeah, that way you can lock them in.
Oh, nice, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the extender pole. You don't have to use this, but it gives you extra 30 inches, and we're going to need that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the arrows lining up here. So you got to make sure that that's, open there and loose. And our arrow here lines up with this arrow here. So you drop it down, and that locked in right away. Sometimes it doesn't, and you just got to kind of turn the shaft a little bit. You can kind of turn it on.
Oh, yeah.
There's a shaft in the middle, and then you're just going to tighten up this clamp here.
Okay.
This one here, because it has so many options. Now what we got here is we actually have a full inch opening on this one here, instead of 3/4 like the other one.
Okay.
But it is only 20 inches long instead of 24. So it's a hair shorter, but our opening is even bigger. And it's adjustable in so many ways. This one here actually has 2 places that it can lock in at. So we can lock it in right there,
I heard it
so it's
click.
like there.
Yeah,
Or we can lock it in there, so it's more straight in front of you.
I got you.
Okay, so I don't know we'll figure that out when we get there, what we want to do.
I'd almost want to shoot over because I think we're going to get in there and, but it clips over, doesn't it? Yeah.
So you probably want to do something like this, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Now this one here also has a gearbox. So we have we have a first and second gear. The first gear is just give you more torque. Okay. Honestly, I use second for most things, but like when you use the edger against the driveway, it needs more torque. So you can get that down to 1. So like you can hear it too if you. There's first. And there's a little bit of difference. Let's get this thing oiled real quick, and then we'll get over there.
Great.
Let's switch that. So we'll spin this that way.
Oh, I got you.
And then we'll straighten this out. And now it's like a giant sword.
Yeah. It's heavy, I won't lie, but it works like a charm, man. Look at that. That's really cool. It looks beautiful too. Okay, this should come off pretty easily. It's close. I'm right under it.
Yeah, it's not bad for a pole saw.
That's a pretty big wrench for a pole saw.
Yeah. But again, I think it comes down to, for the homeowner, if you had a pole saw, it would sit on the shelf for so many years. By the time you finally got it out to use it, you'd be like, it won't start.
Yeah. Well, anybody who's got trees knows at some point, almost every year, you got something to do with the tree. Whether it's getting the little low ones like this. You know what? If you hold this for a second, I might as well get these while we
Might as well.
have a minute. This is going to be kind of different because I've used chainsaws since I was a kid. So this will be a unique
it still has
experience.
the regular safety up front.
Yeah.
I mean, it works like a regular chainsaw. It's just got a battery.
That's easy. All right, I'm a believer. I've always heard these are not, electric chainsaws are no
Like
big.
they're just toys, right?
Yeah. It was right through it, and I didn't realize it.
How big is that base? Let's take a look at that thing. You got like multiple bases, right?
Yeah, it's just a big mess of, whoa, that was crazy.
Whoa.
So it's probably about 6-7 inches wide, maybe 8.
Yeah, with all of them put together. We had 6x6 posts for the deck, and I cut off the excess with this. Cut them off and did like a ninja chop. I kicked them clean off.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I had those around my playground a minute ago, so I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'll cut all those in half. Okay, you ready? I'll go all the way through, let's see.
It's not a toy, is it?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Battery. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, they're just binding a little bit there, but there you go.
Unreal.
Now we picked a hot day to play with this stuff.
Probably the hottest of the year. Yeah.
I'm glad you got the shade here. Okay. Now we just went through. Now they have a couple more pieces than what I've got here.
Really?
Yeah, they've got a snow blower, and which obviously is not the weather for snow. There's a couple other little things. There's a weed eater attachment for the multi-head.
Okay.
So if you want the multi-head, you can get the weed eater. You don't have to buy the separate weed eaters. And it has the rapid reload head on it.
Okay.
Which is the first one.
Yeah.
You turned it manually, which was easy.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this new power box. You can snap the battery into it, and it has outlets and USB charges on it. So if you go out, football game, camping, whatever, you can just snap one of your batteries in and have full power.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like an inverter box, right?
Yeah.
So it'll give you like, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 outlets plus USB ports and stuff on there too.
Nice.
So there's a few things I don't have here yet, but I have most, and like I said, this is the push mower and they have a self-propelled mower, which we talked about earlier. But I mean, what are your thoughts overall, and what was kind of your favorite piece?
Well, I mean, since you made me work so hard, I might as well be specific.
Yeah, I didn't make you work hard. We're all sweating like crazy.
So the first weed eater I loved, and I don't mind that it's got the top and the bottom controls on it. It's balanced, it's not too heavy, it worked out really well, and the feeding mechanism is amazing. I love the automatic feed on the newer one, but I don't even think you need that. I mean, this other one's just as good, and it's not a big deal to spin that around to feed. But I loved them both. They're easy to use. They seem weight balanced. I like that, and the way the batteries slip on is just about as easy as it gets.
I had enough power to go through anything.
It did. It really did. And not like I have a whole lot of stuff here, but even on the monkey grass, it's not a deal at all. The blower is probably my favorite thing out of here. That thing, I mean, literally, you may not use it, but we tried to put it on the back of a little scooter with my son to see if it would push him down the road. It's got a lot of power. So I love that thing.
Yeah, no, we did take one of those really big, those big balls at Walmart, like this big, and Big Ben.
Yeah.
And we put it up there, and we sat there and blew it.
Yeah.
For the kids in the neighborhood, and it sat there like 6 feet in the air, just sitting there rotating. I mean, so I've done a lot of different things with it. I haven't tried the scooter yet, but
yeah, I saw that on some YouTube video. So let's see, the edger was easy. I've never used one of those, but that went right through. And
that's nice, clean looking.
That's something I'd like. Yeah, all our neighbors do that. So the hedge trimmer worked great. Not a whole lot of difference for me on the hedge trimmer. It had more power, I think. I think it cut better for me. And it didn't
versus your corded,
right?
You have the Black & Decker like a Hedgehog or something, or?
Yeah, and I like it, but I don't like the cord. And I've almost gotten that cord wrapped up in the thing a couple of times. So that's a huge feature of that. Beyond the cordless thing, hedge trimmer is a hedge trimmer. Now, the extended hedge trimmer was
the extendable hedge trimmer.
That thing is pretty amazing, and that was fun. I have those big, tall, I don't know what they are, 20 feet high, 15 feet high bushes over there.
Yeah, they're up there.
I've never messed with those, and that was nice. I was able to knock those down. My only complaint on those is it's pretty heavy. So if you got, if you're like a 110-pound person out here, you're not going to be able to do that as easily.
That's true.
With the extender on it. Now, if you take the extender off and it's just going up 10 feet, no problem. But it's just a little heavy on the end. But it worked great.
Yeah, you did have to have a little more muscle with that. The gearbox on it is a heavy-duty gearbox.
That's
being able
why.
to bend like this.
Yeah.
So you've got the extra gearbox on it, and then with that extended pole, it does the leverage pushes against you. So you got to have a little muscle on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a power tool. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So the pole saw, that was amazing. I love that thing, and I'd sit here and trim the rest of my trees all day if you were going to stay around. That to me is unreal, and it's got an extender on it. So I love that, but I've always loved that. And the chainsaw was probably the thing that surprised me the most. That had so much power on it and cut through, and it's, I mean, I'd almost consider that, because we have a Prius, and I've been in a Tesla. It's almost like the power you get from an electric car versus a gas car. It's just, the power is just there. There's no delay. It's just a straight power. Yeah. And there's no coughing through a carburetor or anything like that. So I love that
I'll be
chainsaw.
honest, like I said, I'm not getting rid of my Husqvarna. Next time we have an ice storm.
If you got a big one, right.
I'm going to pull it out for the ice storm.
Yeah.
But for the average homeowner, that'll tackle everything they've got.
Yeah, I love the chainsaw. And what am I missing in here? I missed, the lawnmower.
The lawnmower.
So Joey already kind of gave us his 2 cents on that. After we spoke to him, I went and looked at it, and ours does, you got to undo it. Ours will fold over, but it's nothing like that. I mean, the way they've re-engineered that's a pretty cool lawnmower right there. I love that. And we would probably, in my house, because I have my son doing it, we'd probably spend the extra $100 or whatever it is to get the self-propelled. Just because, you know, and my father-in-law will probably do the same thing. We're kind of in the world of electric right now with our lawnmower, but I think this is where everybody's going to be in a few years because it's just efficient.
Well, that's what everyone's looking at right now because they got their gas stuff in their garage. It's getting old, and I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, yeah, my next one is going to be, I want to be electric.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as if I take this one in to be tuned up one more time, I'm just throwing it away and getting electric.
Yeah.
And so I want to bring attention to people, show them what's out there.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks again, Joe.
I've never said to anybody, thank you for making me work in my own yard.
Make them sweat. All right. So let's
fun.
wrap this up here. Guys, thanks again so much for watching. This hope bringing your attention to what's available on the cordless electric line. Now this, of course, is the Eagle line. It's one of my favorite ones here. There's a lot to pick out from these days. So whatever you do when you go to the store, just take your time and actually look at your choices because there's so many out there. But consider the whole line because the batteries are interchangeable only in that line. So if you buy one tool from this company, it's not like gas where you can buy a tool from this company, but then you have a bunch of different batteries and they don't interchange. Okay, so really think about that. If you want to see all my videos on Eagle stuff, take a look at this link here on my website. Go to the product review page, go to the Eagle Power Plus, and I've got all my Eagle videos there, along with downloadable user manuals and tips and tricks, and everything's all there on that one web page. Please subscribe to my channel, click on that helps out. Click on the bell for notifications so you can be notified when we make new videos. And here on the other side is a couple extra videos for you guys to check out. Thanks so much.